Welcome to WTF. My name's Brett Sinclair. Have to admit, this is one of the topics that gets me most excited, and it's not because I'm sitting next to Christian Hagner.
I can vouch for him. He's very excited.
So this will be the last series that we do with Christian.
Except for one more.
Except for one more. How are you, Christian?
No complaints.
Yeah, so I'm quite impressed with your article. It's already smashed some serious records in viewership. In the first hour, it reached 1,000 reads. I mean, that's phenomenal.
I just think what's happening is all the information out there is not for South Africa. You know, you're getting all this information with your local vendors and whoever's, you know, feeding you the information. It's probably from someone who is from a specific vendor, takes the data and sort of shapes it to suit their requirements. And that's the problem, is there is no proper information, statistics, data around cloud computing and what it means from a networking perspective. You know, what that impacts me from, you know, if I want to connect to the cloud, you know, those kind of, you know, from a compliance and security, there's not enough information out there. Okay. So yeah, or it's been massaged to have a certain opinion based on your.
And the only person who loves massages is Mike Cowan, right?
I have heard so. I have heard so.
So if you've just joined us in these series, Christian is the legend with over 17, 18 years worth of cloud experience. And he's coming out with the honest truth, ladies and gentlemen. So I guess in this series, it's really about this hype that's going on, why everyone's going, I'm now only going to invest in cloud because it's there locally. What a bunch of wash.
That
surely.
Shit. Yeah, we can say it. That's true. So, I mean, you speak to a lot of the guys, and, you know, it's the same thing. Security, compliance, POPI, data sovereignty always pop up. But, you know, especially around POPI, it's a framework, it's an exercise that you have to go through.
To benefit South African business, guys.
That's it, but even if your data center is in country, you still have to go through the same exercise.
It's about deleting data,
that's what's about.
Managing your data.
Not where it's at. Yes, okay, there are some scenarios and circumstances where data is not allowed to sit out of the country.
So ladies and gentlemen, I've worked in a bank.
Yes.
We have put our digital estate up into the cloud. It took some effort, going to the regulators, spending time with them, proving to them and our own risk and compliance and policy people that this is the right thing to do.
And it's not just one bank, it's
all the banks.
All the big banks.
So Microsoft going to bring something locally.
That's right.
Azure's going to bring something locally.
Yes.
I'm hearing rumors that maybe, you know, Google's going to respond with something.
Yes.
I have a personal gripe on that, in that I'm an ex-Googler. The amount of customers, i.e. YouTube customers, of which there are about 12 million, the 20 or 18 to 20 million Gmail customers, the 22 million search customers, never mind all the Android and payment customers that exist in South Africa. So there's probably over 50 million accounts that are being serviced over Google's cloud. Do you notice any difference, any problems with that? And yet the CIO is saying, I want to see the data center here. The amount of infrastructure that's already here that you get to use when you go on to, say, a Google's cloud. And I have to admit, I am a bit biased here. I know you're not that biased, but I'm super biased. Come on, guys. It is really about the PaaS and SaaS. Why not the IaaS?
Well, that's exactly what it is. Well, we've discussed this in one or two of our previous sessions, but infrastructure as a service, the IaaS offering is not an efficient way of running an application.
And it's firing up and building compute and instances and
energy,
storage.
You still have to patch, you still have to monitor, you still have to do all those things. The auto-scale capabilities are limited. When you start to look at how that application would potentially run on a container environment,
that gets a bit exciting.
Well,
right?
then you've taken a whole lot of that networking, all the admin of the operating system, all that kind of falls away. So what do? The coders code. It's a standard infrastructure. I can send my code to someone in India, to Washington, Seattle. We can all use the same platform, and we can just move workloads across. With the traditional system, what often happens is I write my code, I'll send it to you. You've got a slightly different patch version, different DLL set, different libraries, and it doesn't work. And then you spend more time and energy and effort just trying to keep the systems all on the same level. So
actually, I think about it. How many systems, if you're in a large organization, you could have a dev environment, a test environment, a sit environment, a prod environment that have all got to be fairly similar, and they're probably
Yes.
similar sizes, and has anyone ever managed to keep it consistent? I'm sure a couple of you out there are going, yeah, easy, not a problem, I just do. But the reality is when you're running 300 systems like this, can you do it?
Absolutely. And then again, you look at the PaaS platform, it suddenly becomes a
platform
lot,
as a service.
it becomes a lot easier to move those workloads.
And that's like a Google App Engine, right?
Pretty much. So you got containers, Google App Engine
containers
as well. But Google App Engine is the next evolution after containers. That's where you want to be heading. It's not for every workload, so containers is where you want to be if your workloads are currently from infrastructure as a service.
So that's like
where you want to be.
Kubernetes, and what's the one with the Docker?
Docker.
With the whale. I was picturing a big whale tail, and that doesn't help me in a tech discussion.
No, but that's exactly right.
Fantastic. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for this session. Christian, thanks very much again.
Thanks for having me, Brett.
To whale tails, Dockers, and Kubernetes. WTF, thank you very much.
Thanks.